श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी वरनो रघुवर विमल यश जो दायक बल छारी बुद्धहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु क्लेश विकार सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। सीताराम, नमस्ते, assalamu alaikum, and good evening to everyone locked in this evening to our internet and Facebook satsang. This is our 114th edition of our Ram Kripa program, and tonight I've specially dedicated this program to my uncle Roopnarine Rambachan, whom we fondly call Uncle Dads and Auntie Flowers. He's celebrating his 93rd birthday. He is the longest practicing lawyer, attorney at law in Trinidad and Tobago, barrister at law in Trinidad and Tobago. And we want to take this opportunity this evening to wish him everything that is good, to wish him the best of health, to wish him many, many more years of life, peace, prosperity, and happiness. But above all, the blessings of his father and mother, the blessings of his ancestors, and the divine blessings of God. I begin with Hanuman Chalisa for a particular reason. Hanuman is our family deity. And Uncle Dad would remember that even before we left home on a morning in Avukat to go wherever we went, especially on a Tuesday and a Saturday, we couldn't leave without finding the hibiscus flower, the red hibiscus flower, and picking one and bringing it and putting it on his altar. And there he would sing that morning the Hanuman Chalisa. We grew up with Hanuman Chalisa. We grew up with the blessings of Hanumanji because of our grandfather, the late Pandit Rambachan, the father also of Uncle Dad and my father, and Roopnarine, the other brother, and all the sisters. So we begin tonight with Hanuman Chalisa. महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी सुमति निवाज सुमति संगी कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा कानन कुंडल कंचन प्रदेशा हाथ वज्र और गजा विराज कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणीयति चातु राम काज करिवे को आतु प्रभु चरित्र सुनिवे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मत बसिया संजीवन लखन जियाए चीर दुबीर रसी उड़ाए रघुपति की बहुत बड़ाई तुम मन भय कर करी खाई सहस बदन तुम रोए सदावे कस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सुनिदादि हानि ईशा न्याय विचारद सर्वधीशा शंभु देव दिक्पाल जहाँ पे कवि गोविंद कहि सके कहाँ पे जीवो प्रकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम लाए राजपद दीन्हा तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माने लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाने सहस्र योजन पर भानु के काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई आवे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। सारी विपद ताप तुम्हारा, है पर से जगत जियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असिल कन्नन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाए, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए। और देवता चिंतन धरे, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करे। संकट कटे के सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बल बीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव नाई। दुर्गत पार पाठ कर कोई, छूटे हरि महास प्रभुई। जो यहाँ पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीशा। तुलसीदास रागर छेड़ा, की जय नाथ जय महावीरा। 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 पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहि सिरधूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। ओ भाई सब संतन की जय। जय सिया राम जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय सिया राम। जय सिया राम जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय सिया राम। जय हनुमान जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान जय हनुमान। जय हनुमान जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान जय हनुमान। जय सिया राम जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय सिया राम। जय सिया राम जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय सिया राम। And so tonight, as I said, we dedicate this very special program to my uncle, Roopnarine Rambachan, who is celebrating his 93rd birthday, a very important birthday in the life of any individual. And he has to be now the oldest member of the family who has lived the longest. I think he has even gone beyond his own father. And that has to be because, Uncle Dads, you have done very well by way of your good deeds, your compassion, by your love, by your treatment of everyone as equal human beings, and by the tremendous service that you have given to the community and continue to give, both as a member of the Avocat community, then in Superior, and then in the legal fraternity. Well, I know there are many lovely songs that you like. I've chosen a couple of them tonight to sing. I do hope that you will enjoy these songs. And the reason I've chosen this song is because of, what this song represents. What this song represents. The Ganga River is an important river in India. The Ganga River is non-discriminatory. Doesn't discriminate between anyone, just like my uncle. Selfless and giving water to all wherever it flows. So to my uncle. He's always giving. Nurtured in the soil upon which the crops grow, nurturing humanity. Coming from way up in the Himalayas, far away, it reminds us of our own journey and the need to continually serve wherever we may find ourselves. The Ganga teaches us to live with gratitude. The same gratitude she gives, she teaches us to live and to serve with gratitude. Moments to remember, to revere everyone who has contributed to our lives. She reminds us of that. The Ganga is always cleansing. She's always removing, always absorbing whatever is in her waters. I know this is one of your favorite songs, and I hope I can do some justice to it. Ganga aaye kahan se, Ganga jaye कैसे भेद मिटाए रे लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाए गंगा आए कहाँ से गंगा जाए कहाँ रे लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाए कोई माटी कोई रंग बिरंगे प्याले कांच कोई माटी कोई रंग बिरंगे प्याले प्यास लगे तो एक बराबर जिसमें पानी डाली रे लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाए गंगा कहाँ कहाँ से गंगा जाए कहाँ रे लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाए नाम कोई बोली कोई कोई बोली कोई आँखों रूपा चेहरे खोल दिखे पर के आँखें सब तेरे के दिखाए रे लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाए गंगा आए कहाँ से गंगा जाए कहाँ रे लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाए नाम कोई बोली कोई आँखों रूपा चेहरे नाम कोई बोली कोई आँखों रूपा चेहरे खोल के देखो प्यार की आँखें सबसे तेरे सब मेरे लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाए गंगा आए कहाँ से गंगा जाए कहाँ रे लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाए गंगा आए कहाँ से गंगा जाए कहाँ रे लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाए गंगा आई कहाँ से गंगा जाए कहाँ रे आए कहाँ से जाए कहाँ रे लहरा में पानी रे And that song was, of course, sung by Hemant Kumar. And Hemant Kumar, of course, is one of the persons who my uncle loves very, very much in terms of the songs. Well, before I begin to share with you some thoughts about him this evening, I want to share one more song with you. It's a very lovely, lovely song. It's a Talat Mahmood song. And it's a very beautiful song, Uncle Dads. It says, I am drawing your picture, but somehow it doesn't work. The dream I saw, it refuses to become reality. You know, this song has two levels of meaning. One, it's a level of meaning between two persons who love each other. And the other level is a level that the person has a relationship with God. So you can interpret it here and say, the dream I saw, the face of God, it refuses to become reality. I'm still trying to draw that picture. The story of this cruel love is not long. Your eyes met mine and I went crazy. Now there appears to be no way to appease my heart. And that is what happens to the devotee. The devotee who sees God. That devotee wants to continue that relationship with God. Nothing will appease that heart except the sight and meeting with God. Come into this world, into my world. Dam bhar ke liye meri duniya mein chale aao. Come into my world for just a moment. Show your face once more to my longing eyes. I cannot fix my broken fortune on my own. Trust you enjoy this selection. It is by Talat Mahmood, and I hope you enjoy. Flowers must be saying, you said that that is about Uncle Dad's drawing a picture of God. But the song really says, I am trying to draw a picture of you, but it does not work. So maybe I'm sending them back a couple of generations back when they both fell in love and Uncle Dad was trying to draw a picture of Auntie Flowers just to remember how beautiful person she is and beautiful person he was getting married to. Well, there's something now I want to specially share with him, and I hope that he's going to enjoy this, have memories of this. And this is something that holds for me for even today. I first wrote this on March 19th, 2009. And it is a letter, one of 60 letters on my 60th birthday. I wrote to 60 persons, 375 type pages of material. And I'm now completing another 10 letters that goes up to my age 70, and I will complete another 5 at 75. Because I do believe that you must take time, to always express gratitude to those who have influenced your life, who have made an important contribution to your development. Because we are only where we are in life today because of the generosity of other persons. So on March 19, 2009, which was 12 years ago, I wrote this letter to my uncle and my aunt, Roopnarine Rambachan and Indra Rambachan. I said, Dear Uncle Dads and Auntie Flowers, greetings. On the 14th of April 2009, with God's grace, I shall be 60 years old. Well, now I have gone beyond my 70. As I reflect on these years so quickly gone by, I remember with gratitude and happiness you both have brought to me and my brothers, as well as Nandini, Adi and Ranju. My mind goes back to the 50s, when I went to Port of Spain to see Dads off to England to study law. I remember when he was in England receiving a letter from him addressed to me as Master Suraj Rambachan. I recall how excited my mother used to be to mail you back a cake that was soaked in the best Trinidad rum. When I think of it, I think of the fact that you remembered me far off in London. I think of the love that you have given to me throughout my life, in my school career, my university career, in politics, as chairman of the St. Patrick County Council, as ambassador, as minister, as mayor. You have been nothing but supportive and have always wished the best for me. I know how happy you both are when people tell you about me and how I have impacted on their lives through my Ramayana discourses and radio shows. I remember and recall very vividly when I went to university for the first time to stay at Milner Hall. You accompanied me with my mother and father to drop me off the first evening before university started. It takes a lot of love, care to do that. But more than that, it showed that you had a very deep interest in my career and the career of my brothers. As a child, my father was a work alcoholic. He was heavily preoccupied in his work. His one desire was to provide for his family. He loved us, but perhaps he didn't know how to enjoy life and his family. He was the best provider for us, even denying himself. He wanted his family to be happy. But you filled the void in our lives for entertainment, for socialization, and our excitement as children. Had it not been for you, we would never have first traveled to Tobago on an aircraft as boys. You took us to Indian shows at Naparima Bowl. You took us to the zoo. You took us to wrestling. Through you, we saw Hemant Kumar. You bought our first bongo drums and gave us inspiration to go into music. You gave us the opportunity to play at your function, Member of Parliament function, a bazaar at your home, raising money for the dispossessed, and introduced us to Hans Hanuman Singh. And this gave us radio opportunities. You took us to many beaches, to Queenam, to Lossiro and Manzilina. And from you I learned the first lessons about politics and campaigning when you were the Member of Parliament for the constituency of Superior. I recall even now the excitement of announcing on a microphone your meeting in San Francisco near Joke Hunt Shop.
My political seeds were planted because of you. You used to take me to Parliament. I used to look forward to going to Dairy to have lunch. I remember how we all used to gather around the radio to listen to the government program at 8 p.m. to hear you speak in Parliament. Through you, my career aspirations, in a very unconscious way, was being formed and nurtured even before I had reached 20 years of age. You were so proud of us as table tennis players that you took us around in the St. Patrick competition. None of this would have been possible because of you, without you. I remember the lovely food we ate at your home, cooked by Auntie Flowers, just before we went out to play our every match. You taught us how to win and how to lose. Those were some of the best days in my life. I remember again the day I went to university and you were there with me. At every step of my life, I've felt your presence. I recall the Morris Minor motorcar that took me to school at Avocat Vedic on your way to Superior to the courts. I recall when I started radio, how much work you did to put tapes together so that I could have the best programs. I still have those cassettes. In 2009, it was 16 years that I had been on radio. Over my years as a child and even as an adult, you put up with my idiosyncrasies, my impetuousness, and did so with compassion and forgiveness. I thank you for your unconditional love. There are many things for which I need to apologize to you and to others. But it was only at age 46 that I discovered that my impetuousness and compulsive behavior stemmed from attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Having discovered that, my life changed. I have enjoyed since then my life as I never did before and have become most productive. I've learned from you the lesson of patience, the lesson that time has a way of healing. I've learned from you the value of hard work, of having ambition, of focusing, of not losing focus, of building a life and career. I've learned from you not to listen to those who want to pull you down, but always to remember to push yourself up. Yes, you have taught me all this and more. And so, and I said I wrote this when I was 60 years old, I wish to express my sincere gratitude to you and Auntie Flowers for being such beautiful and caring people towards me and my family. I shall always remain a child before you. And as I said then, as I say tonight, may God bless you on this your 93rd birthday with long life and very, very good health. May you be blessed and may you enjoy life to its fullest. So I shall now sing for you a lovely song, one that Aja used to enjoy, and maybe you remember this, but this is one of the songs he liked. सीताराम 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 कहे जाहे विधि राखे राम ताहे विधि रहे सीताराम 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 कहे जाहे विधि राखे राम ताहे विधि रहे मुख में हो राम नाम राम सेवा हाथ में मुख में हो राम नाम राम सेवा हाथ में तू अकेला नहीं प्यारे राम तेरे साथ में तू अकेला नहीं प्यारे राम तेरे साथ में विधि का विधान जान विधि का विधान जान हानि लाभ सही जाहे विधि राखे राम ताहे विधि रही सीताराम 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 कहिए जाहे विधि राखे राम ताहे विधि रही किया अभिमान तो फिर मान नहीं पाएगा, किया अभिमान तो फिर मान नहीं पाएगा। होगा प्यार वही जो श्री राम जी को भाएगा, होगा प्यार वही जो श्री राम जी को भाएगा। फल आशा त्याग शुभ, फल आशा त्याग शुभ काम करते रहिए, जाहे विधि राखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए। सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाहे विधि राखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए। सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाहे विधि राखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए। जिंदगी की दौड़ सौंप हाथ दीननाथ के, जिंदगी की दौड़ सौंप हाथ दीननाथ के। महलों में राखे चाहे झोपड़ी में वास दे, महलों में राखे चाहे झोपड़ी में वास दे। धन्यवाद निर्विवाद, धन्यवाद निर्विवाद राम नाम कहिए, जाहे विधि राखे राम काहे विधि रहिए। सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाहे विधि राखे राम काहे विधि रहिए। आशा एक राम जी से दूजी आशा छोड़ दे, आशा एक राम जी से दूजी आशा छोड़ दे। नाता एक राम जी से दूजे नाता तोड़ दे, नाता एक राम जी से दूजे नाता तोड़ दे। साधु संग राम रंग, श्री राम जय राम, श्री राम 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 श्री राम। साधु संग राम रंग अंग अंग रंगिए, जाहे विधि राखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए। सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाहे विधि राखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए। सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाहे विधि राखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए, चाहे विधि रहिए, चाहे विधि रहिए। And that was a song, you know, my grandfather used to sing. And I'll tell you who used to sing that song also very much. Pandit Hardhat of Kumutu. It was one of his favorite bhajans when he went to his yagnas, and he would sing that particular song. So it's a very popular song. And but it was a song that we grew up to love. Now, Uncle Dad is also a fan of Pradeep. And there are many songs that Pradeep has sung that has so great meaning, but I chose this one tonight, which I hope he's going to like. And the meaning of it says, Koi lakh kare chaturai, karam ka lekha mite na re bhai. And what it means is that however one tries to become clever or intelligent, he may become clever, he may become intelligent, but he can't change the results of his karma. If he has done something wrong in his life but has hidden it from the rest of the world, it doesn't mean that he won't be punished for his acts. The law of karma is universal. Karma ke lekha mite na re bhai. The law of karma is universal and equal to all. We get results according to our karma. The past cannot be changed. I chose this song for a reason. Because you don't live such a beautiful life and to such an age as my uncle has done without being someone who has done good in his life. He has had a long life because he's getting the blessings of the good things that he has done. He's reaping the fruits, the phala of those great actions. So tonight I hope, Uncle Dads, you will love this particular song that I've chosen for you. Should give Mum a mic. Let's all sing this song together, please. कोई लाख करे चतुराई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कोई लाख करे चतुराई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई जरा समझो इसी की सच्चाई रे कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कोई लाख करे चतुराई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई इस दुनिया में भाग्य के आगे चले किसी का उपाय कागज हो तो तब कोई बाँचे कर्मन बाँचा जाए एक दिन किसी किस्मत के कारण बन को गए तेरा घुराई रे कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कोई लाख करे चतुराई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई काहे मनवा धीरज खोता खाए तू ना थक रोए काहे मनवा धीरज खोता खाए तू नानक रोए अपना सोचा कभी नहीं होता भाग्य करे वो होए चाहे हो राजा चाहे भिखारी तो कर्ज भी न यहाँ खाई रे कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कर्म का लेख दे नारे भाई कोई लाख करे चतुराई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कर्म का लेख मिटे नारे भाई कर्म का लेख kamite nare bhai. Well, tonight I want to share a very special story with you. And this is it's very interesting, you know. I started to go through my archives and to see a lot of things that I have. And this book here that I have in my hand, that started on the 10th of September 2001 in Aruba. I used to travel all around the Caribbean doing leadership and management development courses. And while having my evenings free, I used to spend them writing discourses. And this book is full with discourses, about 100 pages of discourses that I wrote in Aruba. But this one in particular is a very interesting one. And the title of it, I share it with you tonight, Man is Molded by His Likes and Dislikes. Now, one of the curious characteristics of human beings is the fact that they are most comfortable with the things that they have grown up with and grown accustomed to. People become very uncomfortable when they have to change their routines, even the most simplest of routines. People find it difficult to sleep on a different bed. People find it difficult to eat different foods, to live in a different location. We become so deeply attached to our likes and dislikes that change becomes a personal challenge of immense proportions. And I'm sure you've all experienced this. And yet, if we do not change some of our habits, if we do not change some of our routines, we may very well find ourselves not enjoying the fullness that life has to offer to us. To be stuck in our routines is not necessarily wrong or bad. But to be stuck in our routines when those routines have become unproductive or are holding us back is what should be of concern to us. We must be prepared to change, especially in a world that is dynamic and requires new behaviors of all of us. Most of us are keeping ourselves back because of our failure to change, our failure to adopt and adapt. Flexibility and adaptability is a personal necessity if we are to grow and to be fulfilled in a rapidly changing world. And I want to illustrate this with a story this evening. It's a story of a great saint, Swami Vivekananda, who was once returning to his home after addressing a large gathering of spiritual aspirants in a nearby village. And because of the lack of transport, Swami Vivekananda was walking back to his home. And on the way, he encountered a dealer in flowers and fruits who began to walk alongside him. And on the way, they also met two ladies who were fisherwomen and who were carrying empty fish baskets on their heads. They had gone to the same village and, having sold their fish, were returning home. The same village, of course, to where Swami Vivekananda had gone to give his lecture. The smell of the fish, although the baskets were empty, was unmistakable. And all of a sudden, rain began to fall, as you say, bucket to drop. And the home of the flower dealer was nearby, and as such, the flower dealer invited Swami Vivekananda and the fisherwoman to shelter at his home. It was very late at night, but the rains would not subside. As such, it was decided that they will all spend the night at the flower seller's home. The fisherwoman put their fish baskets in one corner of the veranda, what we call the gallery. And the flower seller put his basket of flowers and fruits in the inner part of his house, where the rich fragrance of the chamelies, the jasmines, penetrated the night. And Swami suggested that the fisherwoman should sleep inside the house, and he and the flower sleeper would sleep on the veranda. Such as was his respect for everyone. And Swami Vivekananda and the flower seller found that they could not sleep because of the atrocious smell of the fish baskets. The scent was extremely high with the humidity of the night. And as such, they both stayed awake. And they also heard the fisherwoman talking, saying that they too could not sleep because of the sweet scent of the jasmine flowers. What shall we do to fall asleep? One of the fisherwomen asked the other. Let us put this basket of flowers and fruits outside and bring our baskets inside. We are accustomed to putting our heads on our baskets when we wish to fall asleep. Maybe we shall then fall asleep. So the fisherwomen got up and put the flower basket on the veranda and took their fish baskets inside. And soon they fell into a very deep slumber. Now Swami Vivekananda was plunged into a serious thought about the nature of man, and he began to lecture to the flower seller, who had begun to doze away with the sweet fragrance of the jasmine flowers or chameli flowers from the basket. Oh, what is man, declared the Swami. He is a creature molded by his habits, his likes and dislikes. I could not sleep. Neither could you, a flower seller, because we are not accustomed to the stinking smell of fish. On the other hand, the maids could not sleep because they are used only to the smell of fish and not to the fragrance of the flowers. What is the meaning behind this story? My dear friends, the tastes we develop, the habits we cultivate, have a profound and lasting impact upon our behaviors and our lifestyles. Perhaps we do not fully appreciate how much we are conditioned by our likes and dislikes. There are times when our likes and dislikes cause us to become dysfunctional. Yes. Such dysfunctions may lead us to conflict with our spouses and friends as we hold on deeply and dearly, though on many occasions wrongly, to our likes and dislikes. So many relationships, for example, suffer because of a refusal to acknowledge that our likes and dislikes may be creating a tension in the relationships. Sometimes we are so obstinate to change. Sometimes we become so arrogant about our positions, all because our likes and dislikes leave us in a comfort zone from which we do not wish to move. And that was written way back in 2001. And I thought, picking up some of my antique books here this evening, I would share that particular moment with you about likes and dislikes. And maybe you can think about it very deeply, because to me it is all true that our likes and dislikes really affect and condition our behaviors. Well, we're going to sing another beautiful bhajan this evening, which I trust you are going to like. And it's something that I specially selected. As we talk about change, I've picked this bhajan to sing for a reason. Because my uncle was someone who really and truly epitomizes change. He doesn't stay at the same place. He doesn't stay in the same beliefs. He's very adaptive to new environments. He's very adaptive to new situations. And I think that's why he has built up such good relationships with people. So Ranju, this is a song I don't think you know. It is a song that was written 50 years ago or more. And I hope that you also would enjoy it. It's a lovely bhajan, written in English. And it was done by, of course, my brother Anand and his friend Ken Parmasad, the late Ken Parmasad, who has passed away. Listen to the call of the rishis. Give up not our ancient traditions. Give up not our ancient traditions. Listen to the call of the rishis. Give up not our ancient traditions. Give up not our ancient traditions. We are immortal children of the sages, of Himalayan strength and divine splendor. We are immortal children of the sages, of Himalayan strength and divine splendor. Give up all weakness and despair. Give up not our ancient traditions. Give up not our ancient traditions. Listen to the call of the rishis. Give up not our ancient traditions. Give up not our ancient traditions. Krishna's flute sounds, it calls in the Gita to a life of love, of bliss and peace. Krishna's flute sounds, it calls in the Gita to a life of love, of bliss and peace. Give up all selfish desires. Give up not our ancient traditions. Give up not our ancient traditions. Listen to the call of the rishis. Give up not our ancient traditions. Give up not our ancient traditions. Life's battle rages, we are not defeated. We are Atman, we are Atman. Life battle rages, we are not defeated. We are Atman, we are Atman. Give up this feebleness, Arjuna. Give up not our ancient traditions. Give up not our ancient traditions. Listen to the call of the rishis. Give up not our ancient traditions. Give up not our ancient traditions. Guide our every choice we make. Teach us the path of truth to take. Guide our every choice we make. Teach us the path of truth to take. O Govinda, O Keshava, let our cries be sincere. Let our cry be sincere. Listen to the call of the rishis. Give up not our ancient tradition. Give up not our ancient tradition. Kabir, Nanak, Meera, Gandhi, these are the great ones that built before. Kabir, Nanak, Meera, Gandhi, these are the great ones that built before. Drawing afresh from their examples, making ourselves true disciples, making ourselves truth disciples, listen to the call of the rishis. Give up not our ancient traditions. Give up not our ancient traditions. Listen to the call of the rishis. Give up not our ancient traditions. Give up not our ancient tradition. Give up not our ancient tradition. So I share that song with you. You know, talk about change, and I said my uncle was someone who always adapts to change, doesn't fight change, knows that change is inevitable, and one must flow with the change. But at the same time, he's one who would like to see and has always said, you know, and done things to help us to maintain the traditions. That's why he has supported us in all, with my aunt, in all our yagnas, in all our pujas. I'm sure he's very proud of all his nephews. My brother Brahm, who is a Pandit, Anand, of course, who has done well as a professor of religion, and myself, who has been in so many different professions. So tonight, Uncle Dads, again, we wish you, myself, Ranju, Nandini, Adi, we wish you all the best. We wish you God's choicest blessings on this your 93rd birthday. And may you live long, many, many years to come, so that we can share such lovely moments again in our lives. We close with this wonderful prayer this evening. This hour has gone so fast. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amratam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Manojavam Marudhatulya Vegam Jitindriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanare Yuktam Muktam Shidamadutam Shidasanamami. Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamastakанjalim Vashpari Paripurna Locharam Marutim Namata Rakshasantakam. Om Siddhi Buddhi Paradi Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostite. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.